What's up, YouTube? I'm back at it. What? Yo, YouTube. So, Happy New Year to every single one of you. And I hope that you guys are working towards something. And today, in this video, I want to talk about how to get over your depression. I came to the awareness slash knowledge on why it is that you may be feeling this way. And I want to share that with you guys in this video. And I now allow my higher self to take over this ego. So let's get straight to it. So this is my first time filming in this area, so I'm very excited. It's not hot. The sun is shining on me. I'm taking in the energy of the sun. So let's get straight into the video. I want to shout out this YouTuber. His name is JC Dubs, his YouTube channel. And he planted this idea. And now I'm gonna share my wisdom of what I came to find out on why it is that you may be feeling this way. So, I want to tell you guys this: the reason why you may feel like this, um, you know, it first all starts within the mind. Don't say that you are depressed. That's the number one thing. Don't say that you are depressed. Don't say that you feel these negative emotions. Don't speak nothing. Don't label yourself anything, because if you do, your words create your reality. So now you're um creating an identity, and you don't know how powerful your mind is, right? So whatever you tell yourself, your mind has to do whatever it needs to do for that identity to fit and go congruent with what you believe. So don't label yourself as a depressed person. And I got to just say, I am not a medical professional, so this is not advice, medical health advice. If you really do think that you're have a medical condition, then go seek a doctor. I got to give that disclaimer. So just, yeah, so don't label yourself as a depressed person, because if you label yourself as a depressed person, then your thoughts are going to be negative. And when you start to think negative, you're going to start to feel a lot of suffering and pain. That's one thing that you must become aware of. Don't, because now your thoughts have power. And now if you're thinking negative and you're thinking all these destructive thoughts, and the more that you continue to think these negative thoughts, you're going to create an emotion within, and now you are vibrating a negative frequency. And when you start to vibrate at a negative frequency, that's when you will attract more things into your life to make you feel more depressed, more sad, more angry, and more upset. Now, another thing, guys, too, you need to understand something about life, and that is that if you're not growing, if you're staying the same, if you're stagnant, then that's another reason why you might feel the way that you feel, because you're not growing, you're not evolving, and life is all about evolving and growing. So if you're not doing that, if you're being stagnant in your life, if you're not going after what it is that you want, you're going to feel like crap, man. You're going to feel like something's not right. You're going to feel very negative because you're not growing, you're stagnant. So understand that life is all about um evolving and growing and doing different things. And for me, I realized this because in the middle of last year, in 2024, I wasn't, for the first half of the year, right, I was starting to feel like this, right? And you need to understand something as well. The gym and reading books is not enough. It's really not enough, man. You need to become a creator, and become a creator and balance the consumer part. You need to balance this, because if you're just consuming, then you're still like a consumer, right? And you're not producing anything. So the gym and personal development is not enough, and you will start to feel stagnant in your life, and you might even start to feel frustrated, because you're are going to doubt yourself, because you've been self-developing, and you also have been putting in the work within yourself. But understand, you can only do that for a certain period of time. And then once once you're still doing that, like being gathering information and not really doing anything with the information, and you're probably not even applying the information. So what tends to happen, and I'm speaking from my experience, guys, is that you're going to be frustrated, and you're going to start to be angry at the universe, and you're just going to be very, very upset, and start to wonder, why isn't your reality changing? And like, don't get me wrong, guys, still read, still do personal development, still hit the gym, but there is going to come a period of time where that is not enough, where now you're going to have to become a creator, start creating things, become a creator, and balance the consuming part as well. Balance the consuming and creating. And you need to understand, like, if you are a unique individual. So if YouTube is something that you've been wanting to do for a while, then and you haven't, do start your YouTube channel this year, because last year, in the middle of the year, in June, is when I started to make videos again for the first time. And trust me, guys, like, I've been wanting to make a YouTube channel for a very, very long time, since the beginning of my personal development journey. But I I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like, who's going to watch me in the beginning of my personal development journey? But now that I've been putting in the work, now that I've been knowing myself, know thyself. So now I am more confident, and I know what I'm talking about. And now I could, dude, in like the beginning of my YouTube, like when I first started personal development and when I wanted to do a YouTube channel, like, it was very, very hard for me to look into the camera and talk. I just felt awkward and weird. And you need to understand, guys, that whenever you do something, stop trying to be perfect. And like, one of the things that that held me back was my perfectionism. Like, I wanted things to be perfect. Like, I wanted just to be able to talk like I'm an expert, like I'm a pro. But since it wasn't like that, I'm like, I just kind of like didn't really give it my all. And that's kind of like procrastination, maybe. You can classify it as that. But understand that you don't have to be perfect, that you don't have to be good in the beginning. But when you start to practice your craft, you're going to become better at your craft. You're going to be able to become better and grow, because that's the meaning of life, is growth and evolution. Even XXX Tentacion even said this, that the whole point of life is to evolve. And hey, guys, so that's what I'm telling you guys to do, is just evolve and start to create something. Start creating. Like, it could be art, it could be YouTube videos, it could be anything, whatever it is that you want to create. Because you need to understand that there is an essence within you that's a part of God. And that essence is for you to be a creator. And you have that essence within you. God gave you the creating abilities. And in the Bible, it says that you were created in his image, in his likeness. So best believe that. Don't set limitations for yourself, and create whatever it is that you want to create, but start creating, because that is a part of life. That is a part of personal development as well, is for you to create something with this avatar, with this being, and put it out into the world. Whatever it is, man, it could be a clothing brand, it could be, you could invent something. This is all creating. This is creating. Like, people who invented stuff to help and serve humanity ended up becoming wealthy, if it does serve a purpose, and if it does help humanity. The bigger picture, right? You got to see the bigger picture in things, and understand that there's this, like, I guess it's like a law, right? It's like an invisible law that governs this reality where you're paid by the service that you render to the world. And understand that that the money is a yardstick towards the value that you provide into the world. So understand that you need to provide some type of value and creativity within the market space. And this is why I said in the beginning of this video is that if you're stagnant and if you're not growing and if you're not creating, bro, you're going to feel bad. Like like if you have to work a job, then work a job, bro. But understand that you need to that you're more than just a job, bro. You're more than just a job. If you're not happy at your job, then you must practice your craft for a couple minutes every single day. And don't stop developing yourself as well. Develop yourself, keep on reading books, keep on hitting the gym, because this is all going to carry you and add to your success, to your ultimate success, because that's what everybody wants, right? If you've been knowing yourself, then you understand that everybody wants success, bro. Everybody wants success. So you must do everything in your control slash power in your reality to take a step towards your ultimate goal slash vision. You need to have a vision. You need to know where you want to go in life. You need to know what it is that you want. You see, a lot of people don't know what they want. You know why? Because they're distracted in the matrix. The matrix is designed to keep you distracted, to not focus on yourself. The matrix wants your attention. The matrix wants your energy and attention. So what happens when you go on a detox, a mental detox? You get off the apps and you start to focus on yourself and you start to focus on something that you want to build. Do you know what happens? You're adding energy towards that. You're adding energy towards yourself and you're keeping your energy to yourself, and you're not wasting your energy on focusing on so many things, putting your attention on so many things, people, focusing on other people's lives. And now you're taking your attention back to yourself. And when you focus that attention on yourself, that's when you create exponential growth, because your focus is on you, your focus on yourself. And guess what? People are going to start to wonder, like, whoa, what is this dude secret? What is his secret? And it's just that you're just focused on yourself. Just focus on yourself and be yourself. Like, once you start to just be comfortable being by yourself, like, you would you will create like a unique bond with yourself, whether it be called self-love or self acceptance or unconditional love. When you tap into that, that's when you start no that's when you start to stop caring about what other people think about you. Now, this is one of the things that held me back in the beginning of my personal development journey. I cared so much what people thought about me. It was insane. But now I don't give a. Do you want to know why? It's because that steals a lot of your mental energy. Caring about what other people think about you. Why are you worried about what other people think about you? Do they pay your bills? Does their opinion even matter, bro? Does their opinion matter? Dude, dress however you want to dress. Be whoever you want to be, and don't worry about what other people think about you, because at the end of the day, you need to realize that people will have opinions, will judge you no matter what. So why are you focused on caring about what people think about you? Because if you're if you're stagnant and if you're not doing well, guess what? People are still going to judge. But guess what? If you're have a mission, and if you're growing, and if you're on the way towards success, people are still going to judge you and criticize you. People are not going to understand you, bro. Some people just can't relate, are not going to be able to relate. So you need to understand, man, that the sooner that you could stop caring about what other people think about you is the moment that you gain freedom and the ability to be yourself. Because a lot of people in this world cannot be themselves because they care so much about what their peers think about them. It's just insane, man. It's insane. And when you get to this point, you will realize that you don't have to impress nobody. You don't have to impress nobody. You don't have to go out there and achieve millions. But if that's something that your soul desires, then go for it. But understand that a lot of people only want the Lambos, the fancy cars, the yacht, the watches, is because of their ego, right? Because you see, the Matrix has designed this reality to pretty much make you feel inferior. And once you have a healthy balance with spirituality and your ego, like that's when you understand that you're good enough. You are good enough because God unconditionally loves you. The universe unconditionally loves you. You are worthy. You don't have to have these things to be worthy, but you see, this world was designed to make you feel unworthy so that way you could be stuck and never try to do something extraordinary, because this world wants you to doubt yourself, wants you to this world wants you to think that you're not good enough to go whatever it is that you want to do. It wants you to think that you're not good enough. Understand this, because you don't have the best looking car, because you don't have the nicest designer clothes. Dude, that's all ego. Understand, that's all ego. No one is superior just because they have these things. It's only an illusion. Your ego, you need to have a healthy relationship with your ego and with this external reality, and understand that you are worthy. So make sure that you always have a healthy relationship with yourself. And when you start to feel jealous because someone has a better car than you, um dude, like you don't need to control your ego, because that's all ego. It's very, very important for you just to focus on yourself and not compare yourself to other people, man. Well, in the relationship to comparing yourself, Alex Harmozy actually said that the only the only way that he compares himself is in business. So if his competitor in business is doing something better and is making more money, then that's the only point where he compares himself to see what it is that his competitor is doing better than him, if it, and to see if he could learn something from his competitor. I mean, I guess, but well, that's something new that I learned. So hey, man. So just have a healthy relationship with yourself and start to become a creator. Create something, bro. Start to create. It could be art, it could be anything, bro. Like, it could be anything, bro, because you were designed to be a creator, a co-creator with God and the universe. You are co-creating with the universe. Everything in your reality, you are co-creating. And understand that you could change your reality if you study, if you still go hard on personal development, if you understand how this reality works, how this world works, and you understand that you are co-creating your reality and you're manifesting your reality every single day. And you need to understand that where you place your attention is very, very important also. And this is why, and where you place your energy is where you place, where you place your focus and attention is where you place your energy. So this is one of the reasons why you may be feeling depressed. But remember what I said in the beginning of the video, right? Don't label yourself as that, but understand that these are just, and like, the feelings are just indicators. They're indicators. So if you're feeling like this, then understand that you need to do something to fix your mental health as well, because mental health is so very, very important as well. Like, be careful on what it is that you're consuming, be careful what you're intaking in your mind, right? Because what you feed your mind is what is pretty much going to manifest in your reality. Because like I said, where you place your focus is where you place your energy. Where attention goes, energy flows. So this is why you must be mindful on what it is that you consume and place your focus. Because if you place your focus on negative, destructive, negative things, like, dude, that's where you're placing your energy, and that's what you're going to get more of. And this is why, like, you need to place your focus on abundance and prosperity. And you need to come out here in nature, connect with nature as well. So don't place your attention on scarcity, place your attention on abundance and prosperity. It's that simple, guys. And if you guys kind of understand this, you're going to be now co-creating with the universe. But it's just simple principles like this that makes a difference in your life, and you must constantly remind yourself of these principles, that these principles exist, and you must apply them and experience them. Like, bro, like, is that easy, guys? Is that easy? I remember there was a famous quote, but I don't know who the quote is from, but it goes something like this. The quote is, simplicity is genius. Nothing in this world was made to be complicated. Everything in life is simple. Nothing is complicated. You're the one that makes things complicated. So yeah, so understand, guys, that your reality is in your control.